Hi, my name is Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman and Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law. Please subscribe to our channel. If you're involved in a dissolution of a marriage or a relationship and one party abandons the home, what happens to the house? Does it mean you automatically get it? Well, really it doesn't. I mean, we don't necessarily have a concept of abandonment in Michigan. If you have property rights to something, the fact that you depart doesn't create a land rush where everybody can grab whatever it is. It's not the way it works in our state. A lot of times when these relationships break up, somebody will pick up and leave in order to preserve domestic tranquility and to not have things, blow up and have police involved and all that. To avoid that, they may leave. If they were going to do so upon the threat of, oh, you abandoned and now the house is mine, they would never leave. And you know what would happen? There would be this confrontation, and the police would be involved, and there would be all sorts of drama that is not in the best interest of the public that should happen. So we don't really have a concept of abandonment. What can happen in a case like this is, if you're getting divorced and somebody picks up and leaves the house, you file for divorce. The court ultimately has to determine what's going to go on with that house. You can argue that the other side has no interest in it because they've taken off, and you can ask the court to give a default judgment in your favor and give you the house, vest you with all the liability of the house and all the maintenance obligations and all that. I mean, you could ask, but whether or not the court will do it depends not on the fact that somebody abandoned the house. It depends on the court's sense of equity as it divides the marital estate. The judge has a responsibility to divide it fairly. Now, fairly doesn't necessarily mean that, one person gets half and the other person gets half. It may be that it is fair to give you that house, but the court has to take the totality of circumstances into account. It has to make appropriate findings on the record as to why the court is doing that. And the reason why that's important is because 3 years, when that guy comes back and says, hey, I want my house, there has to be an appropriate record that explains why the court did what it did. And if there isn't, he's going to lay claim later on. To avoid that, there's a procedure that we follow. If you have any questions about that, reach out. We'll be glad to help you out.